on Twitch and check the audio and see how it's coming and if it's coming through or not. And do we have... And we have audio. Excellent. All right. And then Dementia Radio now. And recording in 3, 2, 1.
Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org, it's the Funny Music Podcast. Brought to you by TheFump.com, where you can download new free comedy songs twice a week. Now, here's your hosts, Devo Spice and the great Luke Ski.
Hey, Devo Spice!
Hey, Luke Ski!
What in the hell do we have going on this week?
We have two guys from Michael J. Dog, neither of whom are Michael J. Dog. So we're going to get into that. But please welcome Christopher Quinn and Todd Irwin to the show. Hey, guys.
Howdy. Thanks for having us.
Hey, what's up?
Happy to have you. We're going to talk about that name, but we'll get to that. Welcome to episode 808 of the Fun Music Podcast. I wish I had a soundboard so I can play the 808 kick drum sound. But the title of this week's episode is Imbibe Lumber, which I just put into the chat, and your job is to work that into our conversations somehow. All right. Let's do the catch-up thingy.
Let's get caught up with what Devo and Luke have been up to since last week. Or else Devo, if Luke bailed and didn't show up.
Hey!
What?
Oh, he's right.
So, Luke, what you been up to?
Well, basically just working, as I have been. The good news is I only had to work 5 days in a row. The bad news is it was a 49-hour work week, 3 of the days being 11-hour days where I was on my feet the entire time.
Jeez.
With the exception of my 45-minute lunch break, that most of those days didn't happen until 7 hours into the shift.
So, they actually let you sit down during lunch? That's nice of them.
Yes. I also occasionally get 10-minute long breaks like every 2 hours or so I can go walk all the way to the break room, sit down, and then almost immediately have to get up and walk back to where I was working. So yeah. So my new also I there was a MarsCon 2026 meeting on Sunday, which is one of the days they decided to have me come in at 8:30 a.m. And they start at 11 a.m. in this time zone, and my one of my 10-minute breaks was at 11:30. So I clocked it onto Zoom and I put in the handle Luke Ski on his 10-minute work break. And as soon as Christine and the rest saw that, they were like, "Oh wait, hold up!" Whoever was talking, it's like, "Are you done?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm done with what I was talking about." It's like, "Okay, cool. Let's let Luke talk so he can tell us what he needs to tell us." And the only major thing I had to tell them was, in case they hadn't heard, that Jeff Whitmire is added to the lineup, and that I am going to be, and also that I've listened to all of the concerts from last year, and I made the master list. I had Elizabeth helped me by taking all of my handwritten notes, and she typed them into a spreadsheet, which I then edited for Bryn, so Bryn can start editing. So Bryn's going to start working on that, and we'll hopefully be done with it by the first week of January, so that I can get the fundraiser album put together and we can get that launched. So that's, basically all the news from MarsCon for now, other than me continuing. So basically during the week, because I just have to adopt this attitude that my day job is the enemy of me accomplishing anything, because when I get home from these 8 to 11 hour shifts, I am too exhausted to think or to work on anything, pretty much. So while I'm at work, I've gotten into the habit of grabbing these little, half a piece of paper sized sheets of paper that on one side they say things that you're supposed to tape these to the boxes so they know what's supposed to do, what they're supposed to, take them in the facility. And I just, on the other side with my, big felt tip black marker that I use for things, I just have started taking notes on things I need to get done. And occasionally bring, a pencil or a pen, onto the floor with me, so that if I want to break down those notes even further in smaller writing, I can. So basically, I'm trying to get things done in my personal life during my work hours without them knowing it. In fact, I had to send an important message to my mom and my sister, basically about the fact that I'm not going to be able to go home for the holidays at all. I'm hoping to go home. I submitted a thing asking if I could have January 3rd through 5th off so I could go home and see my brother Michael while he's in the U.S. with his wife and son. But I doubt I'm going to get that. But I had to tell them all this information about what's going on with me. So I literally hand wrote on 5 different sheets of paper, like this, extended basically letter. And then I took pictures of those. And on my break, I went out to where there's decent Wi-Fi signal, and using WhatsApp, I sent them the 5 images of those things I wrote, and basically said, "This is the only way I'm going to get anything done. I need to get you this information so we can figure things out." So, bleh. So I'm just, fighting the power as much as I can, and I've been bringing my MacBook with me to work so that on my lunch break, which is the only time I'm allowed to leave the building for any reason, I can go out to my car, grab my laptop, and then bring it back in, and then I have about maybe 35-ish minutes with which I could actually accomplish things. So I've been trying to get MarsCon emails sent off and other business taken care of so that I can try to defeat the enemy, which is my day job that keeps me from getting anything done. So that when I get to my 2 days off during the week, one of which was today and the next one is tomorrow, I can actually spend that time doing things that I want to do, for example, like my animatic. So I have a couple of pieces of commission artwork I got to get done that I'm going to work on that tonight and get it finished so I can send it off in the mail tomorrow morning. I just before we started recorded some audio for Sea Monkey because he needed help. He needed my voice on something. So I got that done. I cleaned up my apartment. I hung out with my cat Hubert, and I cooked myself a nice bacon meal so that I can eat some bacon.
Bacon!
So yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's just basically been me working 49 hours during a week. Oh, that was another thing. I had to do a Zoom call with my psychiatrist about getting my meds refilled, and I made the appointment for 9:25 a.m. because normally I'm supposed to start work at 11:30. And yet again, they just decided, look, oh, by the way, you're starting at 8:30 this week. So I basically just kind of walked away from my workstation. I did tell one person there, my coworker, because I didn't want to screw that person over. I'm like, hey, I got to go outside and do something. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. So I just walked out to where the farthest I could get to being outside, which is the foyer, which technically is outside, but I'm still inside the little gate structure, so I could hop on Zoom and talk to my psychiatrist to get my meds refilled. And then once I got done with that, I walked back in and went to work. I'm like, I'm not going to ask them for permission. I'm just going to do it because it's not worth their hassle and them giving me crap like, well, you need to schedule things for when your time off. It's like, yeah, when is that going to be? You won't. I have no idea when my next days off are after today and tomorrow, So anyway, and I also don't know if they're going to randomly decide that I have to start at 8:30 instead of 11:30. So how can I schedule things for my off hours when my off hours change on the whim of? And every time I'll say one more thing and then I'll shut up about this. But whenever I try to ask them, because I'm trying to figure out what I can do with my day-to-day life and what I have time for, and I'll be like, I'll show up and at 8:30, one of these early days, and I'll be like, hey, so do you think we're going to be staying? Am I going to be here till 3:30 or 6:15 or 8:15? What's going on? And then their response is always something like, I don't know. It just depends on how much mail shows up. And so basically, it's like the Force. It's like the will of the mail. It's like, who knows what whims the mail may have upon us this day? You might leave after 4 hours. You might be here for 13. It's all about the whims of the power of the mail, which we never know from hour to hour to moment. So it's been incredibly frustrating. I have been trying to not complain to my friends about it too much, and even to my girlfriend Kalani, because I know she's sick of hearing it. But yeah, it's just really tough, and it's especially more tough because I'm probably not going to get to see my family this year. And yeah, anyway, I am determined to be at MarsCon one way or another. I have officially turned in my request form for that week.
Good.
For the amount of days that I would like to have, for MarsCon, and I will just now wait and see whether or not the supervisor I turned it into will bother to take it to the next person up the chain, and whether or not I'll hear back from them. But basically
what
come
if
to this
there's
conclusion.
mail while you're at MarsCon? What are we gonna do?
I could dump some moisture on the mail and ruin the mail, I guess. I don't know. So I basically have come to the conclusion, and I'm not looking to. I can't change anything right now. I have to just get through the holiday season. But starting in January, I am going to start looking for a new day job because I literally can't do this the rest of my life. I'm 51 years old, and it's like technically yes, I am showing up, I am doing it, but my legs are in constant pain all day. My feet hurt a lot of the time, and it's robbing me of my ability to be a creator outside of my day job. You know, it's like it's almost like they're a cult, and it's against the rules of the cult to have a life outside of the mail.
Yeah.
So I'm done
I'm
with
getting
it.
that
So,
impression. Yeah.
yeah. So my goal is to try to land this new day job potentially by like have me start in like mid-March, so that way if I don't get approved by if I don't get that time off approved for MarsCon by the people at the U.S. Postal Service, I can just say, as Mr. Eric Cartman often says, screw you guys, I'm going to MarsCon, so to speak. So,
Screw you guys, I'm going to Bloomington, Minnesota.
Yeah, me, yeah.
You, yeah, me, Mall of America, yeah.
so yeah, but that has been my life and stuff. So what have you been up to, sir?
Well, I'm also going to complain about my day job.
Hooray!
Basically, for most of this year, I haven't had a whole lot to do. I've had weeks where I build like an hour or two, and my paycheck has sucked as a result of it. Finally, a few weeks ago, they gave me a project to do that I knew was coming. It was just a matter of like, we're waiting on artwork, we're waiting on this other information and stuff, so there really wasn't much I could do. Finally, they had me take a PDF and make it into a Viva presentation, and I was like, why are we doing it this way? We're just gonna have to swap out all the artwork later when I get the final artwork from the art department, but whatever. Okay, I did it. And then they gave me another project, which was a design project for another presentation where I was designing like 35 to 40 pages. They had their art director do like the home page and like one or two sub pages and a couple of charts and graphs, and then I'm filling out the rest of it. And that was originally due tomorrow, end of day. And so that other project I did takes priority, and this project, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to put in some extra time to get this done, which is good because I need the money, overtime, yay. So, but this other project came back and they were like, no, you weren't supposed to do that. And I was like, but that's what you told me to do. And they were like, why? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't know why you told me to do it that way. So then they said, okay, well, this is what we need done, and this is when we need it done by. And I was like, oh crap, all right. So I basically had to do almost a week's worth of programming in a day and a half. So yesterday I worked 16 and a half hours, and I was up till 4:30 in the morning and got it done. Yay me. But
Wow.
I'm kind of like running on fumes at the moment, and after we get this show posted tonight, I'm going to go bed. I didn't crash. I didn't sleep. Other than that, I had an acting class on Tuesday, which was my SNL class, and periodically they will have somebody in my class get up and give an opening monologue like they do on SNL. And I decided to get up and make a monologue out of the story of my neighbor who lost part of her finger when her dog dragged her down the sidewalk towards me. And I tried to make it funny. I tried to make it concise and, make it into a tight little 3.5 minute routine. And I liked it. I thought it was funny. The rest of the class were kind of too much in shock to laugh much. They got a couple giggles here and there, but for the most part, it was a lot of, oh my God, So, but I sent it to my neighbor who was the subject of the thing, and she thought it was funny. So that's kind of all that matters. So I did film the monologue, and I'm going to take that footage and put it up on my Patreon for my backers. So look for that soon. I just got to fix the audio because it's really soft. So that's about all I've been up to. So Michael J. Dog, guys, welcome. What have you guys been up to?
Woof woof. What have we been up to? We've been up to working hard, writing new music, just working the grind here. It's been a strange year for the dogs. We had some personnel changes, so we're working with some new folks and hoping to be at Dogs 2.0 here and like back out on the streets playing shows and stuff soon.
Nice. So okay, so let's talk about this. So the name. So this is a band with like multiple people called Michael J. Dog, right?
You got it.
So there's nobody in the band named Michael J. Dog.
No, and there's nobody. Well, we have a Michael now, I guess. So that's nice. We didn't previously have a Michael. We have a Michael now.
It's always good to have a Michael.
It's always good to have a Michael, but no, none of us are named Michael J. Dog. In fact, yeah.
Because this is the exact opposite of what usually happens with comedy music. Usually it's a one-man act pretending to be a group of people. And here we have a group of people pretending to be a one-man act. At least I think that's what's happening here, at least by judging by the name.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think, we started this project thinking like, well, we're like a couple of boneheads and like, let's make music for fellow boneheads.
Yeah.
That's always a good plan.
Yeah. So,
I mean, we enjoy Michael J. Fox and
I
we
think
just thought, why not Michael J. Dog?
maybe we were riffing about Teen Wolf or something over beers maybe, but yeah, just got on the subject of Michael J. Fox and thought, hey, what about Michael J. Dog,
But what if?
Oh, so just a different animal, Michael J. Like instead of Michael J. Fox. Okay, it finally clicked in this sleep deprived brain of mine.
No, that's the reaction we get from most people actually. So no problem.
I want to point out something. I just this past week, the movie Zootopia 2 came out, and there's a whole ton of, most animated films. There's a bunch of people there's a guy in the street who'll say hey, taxi, or some quick funny line. For some reason, every single character that says any random line in that movie, they decided to assign a celebrity to it. So there's a crap ton of one-line cameos in Zootopia 2. So at one point, the main character Nick Wilde, the fox, voiced by Jason Bateman, is in a jail walking by a bunch of prisoners, and inside a jail cell is a fox who's beating up another person in there, and the fox looks at and says to him, "What are you looking at, butthead?" So, which is a line from Back to the Future. So they got Michael J. Fox to be the voice of Michael J. the Fox. Zootopia, and have him say a Back to the Future line. It's
that's excellent. Yeah, that's what we're all about. Yeah.
Time travel. We're into time travel.
Sure, absolutely.
Interplanetary travel.
Werewolves. Yeah. 100%.
That's awesome.
But do you like to imbibe lumber? That's the important.
Yeah, I think, we're down to imbibe just about anything as long as it's a good time,
As long as we can strap it to the truck,
Absolutely.
Yep, that's the important part. All right, so you guys posted a song. Give us a quick intro to this song, and we will give it a listen.
All right, this song is called Bigfoot's Sister. This song is about what if Bigfoot had a sister and she was a hot babe. How's that for an elevator pitch?
Sounds great. Here is Bigfoot's Sister by Michael J. Dog.
1, 2, 3, 4. Sister!
each other onto the grave. I'm moving to the forest to live in her cave. People think it's funny, people think it's strange, but me and Lady Sasquatch are engaged. Bigfoot sister is my wife. We got kids and a nice life.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right, so since this is your first time on the show, give us the rundown, who you are, where you're from, what you do, all that.
Yeah, we are a rock and roll band called Michael J. Dog out of Chicago, Illinois, specifically McKinley Park on the south side. What are we about? We're about boneheads making music for boneheads, I guess, drinking beer, having a good time.
I love that elevator pitch. That's great.
Thanks. Yeah, catch us at a bar. We have big aspirations of being a bar band. So come by, give us a shout. You can find us on Spotify and Bandcamp, and Instagram too, as a matter of fact.
Okay. So, what inspired this song?
This song in particular, I don't know. I think we've always kept a running list of funny ideas for songs, and this was an early entry on the list, I think. I personally wrote the lyrics for this one, and I have a real deep and abiding love and interest in cryptids and that sort of thing. So it seemed like easy pickings. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever listen to the Dr. Demento show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because just now, while I was listening to this song again, it occurred to me that this song really has an early Dr. Demento show vibe. This is something that you would hear on the show in the late 1970s, I want to say. It's really got that type of sound to it. And I'm not exactly sure what it is about it, but I was I could see this being played on the show very early on in the show.
Yeah, thanks. We take that as a compliment. I mean, we're fans of the long time show here in Chicago, Svengoolie, which is kind of a video version of Dr. Demento in some ways, I guess. And we both just have an interest in 70s music too. And I think early on we wanted to get close to these great bands we love, like Alice Cooper and the Ramones and Black Sabbath and stuff like that.
So this was definitely an intentional 70s rock sound.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I think most of our stuff, I would say, is that sort of flavor.
I'm just glad it wasn't a total brain fart on my end. That's all.
No,
yeah, WLUP in Chicago was one of the longest running Dr. Demento carriers. It was one of the last stations left carrying it back when he went off the air in 2010.
Yeah.
You mentioned Svengoolie. I just wanted to know, did you guys ever catch in the 90s that Richard Coase, who plays Svengoolie, used to do the afternoon block kids cartoons and stuff? He called it the Coase Zone, and he would do the same bits where if somebody something from Berwyn, all the voices would go Berwyn. I loved that bit. He's an awesome dude.
He's great. I've been watching him since I was a kid. He's one of the greats here in Chicago. I had a real fondness for. He on Saturday afternoons he used to do a Three Stooges, couple of hours of Three Stooges, on WGN or Channel 9 or whatever it was. Anyways, doesn't matter. So we like that kind of kitschy shit,
Yeah, I grew up in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, and both my parents are from the north side of Chicago. So
excellent. Neighbors practically. Yeah, nice.
But now I live in Burbank, California, where I'm attempting to have continue a career in the animation industry, which is difficult to say the least. But that's a whole other podcast.
Literally, yes. But yeah, we have lots of fumpers in the Chicago area. Insane Ian is out there, Ross Childs, and a whole bunch of other people.
Excellent.
Robbie Ellis.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with any of these people, but you should definitely connect with them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, appreciate that. I think we definitely will. We're always looking to make more connections here in Chicago because, the truth is we're not musicians. We have to try really, really hard to make music. You know, it doesn't come, I would say, well, I don't want to speak for Todd, but it doesn't come very naturally to me. So we're not real super plugged in to the scene really either, because we're relative newcomers also. So always appreciate people pointing us into the right direction of like-minded folks.
Cool.
See, that's another thing that's kind of a commonality, generally speaking, is that most of the people who are like into making this type of music, whether it's straight up comedy or just kind of offbeat, is that a lot of them really aren't super knowledgeable about the making music side of it. They're just kind of more in it for the kind of funny comedy side of it. So they have to learn how to become musicians. But kind of the flip side of that here at the FuMP, also from the Chicago area, is Carrie Dalby, who was she went to college to learn opera. So she has like tons of great musical knowledge and a great singing voice. But so basically she had to learn how to be funny. So, you know, and we started, you know, we
taught her well.
Yes. So yeah, about 20 or so years ago, you know, she started appearing in my songs and some of Devo's songs and a bunch of other people's songs, and then she started making her own stuff, and now she has a 13-year-old daughter who is making comedy music. So yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. Shout out to Carrie.
Shout out Carrie.
So you guys play live?
Yeah, we do. We try to when we can. You know, like you guys, we have day jobs too, so not always easy getting out there and playing a set on a Monday night at 10:30 p.m. But you do it for the love of the game, you know.
For the sound guy, right? You know, it's just you are like 4 people on stage, and then the sound guy is in the audience.
The sound guy usually loves us, though.
Yeah.
The sound guy is usually also into monster movies, you know.
Yeah,
Awesome.
True.
Like, how's it going, Shubas? And it's just an empty room.
Yeah. Been there.
Yeah, and then we launch into a song about Frankenstein.
You know, yeah, simple as that.
And then I show up 5 minutes late. Hi, it was traffic. Chicago.
Hey, you know, we'll take it. Any port in a storm, right?
Yeah.
So is that kind of your shtick? Is you do a lot of songs about cryptids and things and monsters and stuff like that?
Well, historically we have, right? We got one about Frankenstein. We got one about vampire bats. We got one about we have one about the Swamp Thing. We've got the Bigfoot sister, I guess.
I mean, we also have songs about being dumb, and we have songs about being locked up for playing rock and roll.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
on the gamut here, you know. So yeah.
Awesome. Do you guys have an album out? Or are you working on one?
Yeah. We put an album out last year called All Dogs Go to Heaven, early last year, so coming up on 1 year of All Dogs Go to Heaven. So available online, you know.
Now, is it all comedy, or do you do serious music too?
I mean, I don't think.
Well, define comedy.
Well, that's for you to decide.
Yeah, I mean, I will tell you this, like all of our songs we write because they make us laugh, you know, and I think that that's like always been the goal from day one, is like to make ourselves laugh, you know, and then if we can make other people laugh too, then that's a win.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it, so long as you're not interested in making money, because, yeah.
Oh, we're way in the red on this venture for sure.
So am I.
I know I have to resort to Imbibe lumber.
All right, so do you guys have anything you'd like to plug?
No, you know, just the album. Just, you know, check us out, get at us. We, we'd love to meet other like-minded folks. As said, listen to our stuff, come to our shows. We'd love to see you, love to meet you.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. Are you guys going to stick around, or are you taking off?
Where do you get the album from?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Where's the album? Like, what website?
You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on Bandcamp.
Okay.
You can find it just about everywhere, as far as I am aware.
I think it's on Apple Music and YouTube also. Yeah.
Okay.
Just give it a search on the old internet.
There you go.
We will do that. All right, well, thank you guys for joining us. And
Thanks, guys.
We look forward to more stuff from you.
All right, take care.
Later.
See ya. Go Cubs.
This the FuMP, and we do a Christmas again for third time. We do a tree, we do a star, we do a guy with that who'll bring you thing and also have a beard. We do a Christmas. We do a Christmas. Open up my eager eyes, 'cause I'm Mr. Yuletide. Christmas with FuMP Volume 3, his new collection of songs about Christmas. Duh.
Have a holly lobby Christmas. And when you walk down the street, try not to have intercourse with everyone you meet.
We do a Christmas like nobody does a Christmas.
Frosty! Jolly soul. Corn cob pipe, big butt nose and eyes of coal.
And songs funny, because Funny Music Project. Get it?
There's a zombie Santa crawling up the bathroom job, and nativity scenes appear on every lawn. Baby Jesus and the shepherds fighting Megatron. It's Christmas in Bizarro World.
Christmas with FuMP Volume 3, available now. At places you buy it.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie too.
Time for funny music news. Something.
In the news. Where's my news? There's my news. Jake Dewar's musical has been nominated for Best Musical. I don't know if this is just Chicago Best or wherever else, but it's being voted on now at the Chicago Reader. So if you go to chicagoreader.com, look for Best of 2025 Arts Culture. So I guess it is just local Chicago. And Jake Dewar's musical should be up there for voting. And just as we mentioned last week, my new EP, the Ridiculous Christmas EP, is out now, featuring 4 new Christmas songs suggested by fans. Available for just $4 at devospice.bandcamp.com. And I wanted to mention the song that Luke suggested, I Got a Hippopotamus for Christmas. Lar D'Souza did this amazing artwork for it, which I'm showing on screen now, which is right there. He did this and posted it to Blue Sky and I think on his Facebook page as well. And I just freaking love it. It's so awesome.
Yes.
And also, Christmas with the FuMP Volume 3 is now available for just $10 at thefump.com or thefump.bandcamp.com. It's 22 tracks of Christmassy goodness. All right, that's all I got for news. You got anything?
I wanted to give my Patreon another quick plug because one of my perks there, because right now the I'm trying to find the membership thingy, because I want to make sure I get the details right. There we go. So yeah, the highest tier that someone has subscribed for thus far is the $25 postcard producer tier. And that is Danny Chamberlain, who I very much appreciate out there in Memphis. But also I've had a couple people join at the $5 tier, which is great. But at the $10 point, it says access to monthly hour-long Zoom hangouts where you can talk to me, ask questions, watch me draw, play games, or do other fun stuff with me. We'll figure out later. So that means, so far, Danny Chamberlain is the only person that I will be hanging out with on Zoom this month. So if anybody else felt like jumping on the bandwagon in enough time to hang out with me on Zoom and hear me complain about my job some more or something, you can go to patreon.com/LukeSki and sign up for the $10 tier or higher. So I figured I'd throw that plug once again towards my Patreon with the new thingies. Yeah. And that's about it.
Okay, then. All right, tour dates. Let's turn that off. All right. On Sundays in Nashville, Tennessee, Steve Goody hosting at the Bluebird. Sundays online, 2 Sleeps. The last Sunday of each month on Facebook, Lauren Mayer. Mondays online, Steve Goody and Brad Tassel at virtualcomedyshow.com. Wednesdays in San Francisco, California, Ben Vicini. On the 13th in the Woodlands, Texas, Carla Ulbrich. On the 14th in New York, Amy Engelhart. On the 15th in Santa Cruz, California, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. The 18th and 19th in Temecula, California, Phil Johnson Johnson and Roadside Attraction. On the 20th in Long Island, New York, Carla Ulbrich. And on the 21st on YouTube, Escape from the Secret Lab featuring the Consortium of Genius. All right, second song this week. I'm going to do my song next. So here is from my new EP, the Ridiculous Christmas EP, suggested by Scott Morgan. This is Santa by Me.
Santa, this is Devo Spice, and I'm proud to say I didn't think I could afford it, but I found a way. I finally moved out of my parents' house, away I went. I'm so grateful to them, though, because they pay my rent. Sometimes I feel like I'm the luckiest nerd alive. A lot of people live at home until they're 35. So I'm just writing so I can give you my new address, along with a short list of presents that I want too, I guess. Like a Switch 2 with that Donkey Kong game would be nice, and the Ass Blaster 5000 personal massage device. I sure hope you can bring me what's on my wish list, and I'll be sure to leave out some milk and cookies. Merry Christmas, man.
It's Christmas Day, I'm wondering why. Got out of bed at all. The morning came, I looked for presents, but I got none at all. There's nothing jolly in my house today, but the star atop my tree. It reminds me that it's all about me. It's all about me.
Dear Santa, why didn't you come? I don't understand at all. I wrote you a letter, I even went to see you at the mall. The milk and cookies went untouched, now they're stale and sour. I sat and stared at the empty space under my tree for an hour. I'm not mad, just disappointed at what you did, cause you always came through for me every year when I was a kid. I wanted my first Christmas at my new place to be special. My mom says I'm special, even my school says I'm special. So write me back, and please explain because I'm so upset. And hurry up before I do something that you'll regret. And I know that may land me on the naughty list for next year, but I really need to understand just what's been happening here.
It's Christmas Day, I'm wondering why. Got out of bed at all. The morning came, I looked for presents, but I got none at all. There's nothing jolly in my house today, but the star atop my tree. It reminds me that it's all about me. It's all about me.
Dear Mister, I'm too fat to fit down your chimney hole. Are you spending all your time watching Mrs. Claus dance on the North Pole, and you're too busy to write me a simple letter? Well, I just drank a whole gallon of eggnog, and I've never felt better. I should write you off forever, but I'm hesitant to. But right now, I'd rather shove a tree up my ass than get a present from you. Screw it, I'ma do it. We're done. This is the end. Don't worry about me, cause you'll never hear from me again. I'ma switch to Judaism so I get gifts for 8 nights. I hope you get a splinter in your ass while you're up at great heights. I know you're laughing at me, but I'm telling you this isn't funny. Excuse me, now I have to write a letter to the Easter Bunny.
It's Christmas Day, I'm wondering why. Got out of bed at all. The morning came, I looked for presents, but I got none at all. There's nothing jolly in my house today, but the star atop my tree. It reminds me that it's all about me. It's all about me.
Dear Devo, I brought you a Switch, a game, and a new phone case, but I thought you were joking when you said you got your own place. I left the gifts with your parents in a little pile. Maybe you'd know that if you called them every once in a while. I'm sorry that I didn't write sooner, but you know, things are busy up here. Vixen says hello. Going forward, maybe you should get your gifts from Amazon Prime. Good luck with the Judaism. L'chaim.
So that's a song.
Yes.
That was suggested by Scott Morgan, and actually he wrote like a lot for it. He said, "How about a parody of Eminem's Stan writing to Santa? You know." And then he wrote, "My sleigh's gone cold. I'm wondering why you didn't come this year at all." And he wrote like a half of a verse for me. I ended up not using anything that he wrote because I wanted to take the song in a different direction, but I appreciated the writing. And the thing was, when this song came through, or when this idea came through, I was like, that's a great idea. I probably shouldn't do it because I'm asking for ridiculous ideas, and this is not a ridiculous idea. This is a good idea. So like that was my first reaction to it. And then I was like, I wonder if anyone else has done this. And I Googled it, and of course freaking Saturday Night Live did it like 15 years ago or something like that. So I was like, crap, I can't do it now. And then I watched theirs, and I remember seeing theirs. It wasn't like I hadn't been exposed to it. I just forgot about it.
Because it's great, because Eminem actually shows up in it for a cameo.
They have a cameo from Eminem on their parody. So, which like, I don't know how hard that must have been to get, but so after I saw that Saturday Night Live did the song, I was like, oh, I really shouldn't do this then. But I kept coming back to it. I was like, I really like this idea. I really want to do this. So I finally reached out to you, and I was like, what do you think? And you were like, yeah, just fuck it, do it.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like, you know, the only people who are going to remember the Saturday Night Live version are like nerds like me who are, you know, that into comedy and specifically that into parodies of hip hop, you know, so.
Yeah.
You know, and you took your song in a somewhat different direction than what they did with it anyway, so yeah.
And I was glad I was able to put in a callback to A Christmas Tale for those long-time fans.
I did notice that.
So I do have an interview with Trevor Morgan, who did the music for this, and his wife Whitney did the singing for it. I wasn't sure who I was going to have do the singing, and when I was working with the music on Trevor, he said, "Hey, my wife Whitney is a really good singer, and she wants to be on a FuMP song. Can she do the singing for this?" And I was like, "Sure, yeah, let's do it. Go for it." And she sounds great, so I was very happy that that happened.
It would have been funny if you would have gotten Carrie to do it, because Carrie has done that part, you know, in my live performances of Stealing Like a Hobbit for ages, but she's not the one on the track. My sister Amy is the one on the track. So
yeah. And I think I was probably going to have Carrie do it. I think that was my initial plan. And then Whitney volunteered, so sorry, Carrie.
I mean, she's generally our first thought when it comes to things like this.
Yeah, basically. So, all right, let me play the interview with Trevor. It's only a few minutes long.
Okay.
And we'll go from there. I am here with Lauren Mayer. How you doing, Lauren?
I'm great. Good to talk to you.
And it's working now. I think I forgot to cue it up. Hang on a second, folks. No, I just selected the wrong one. It should be this one. I'm here with Trevor Morgan, who did the music for Santa. Hey, Trevor.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. So I've roped you into doing a lot of my music recently.
Yes, you have. But I'm happy to accommodate when I can, for sure.
Well, I enjoy working with you. You're like a virtual plug-in, like a MIDI instrument or something. I could just like plug things into you, and music comes out the other side. It's great.
Well, that's the hope. That's the hope, especially with like, you know, and it's interesting too because I've done a lot of hip hop stuff with you, and that is not a genre that I ever played around in before. Really, I did a few songs with other people that were more jokes, but like recreating beats and stuff like that. That is all new to me.
No, well, you're very good at it.
So I appreciate that.
Were there any particular challenges with Santa?
Honestly, this one was actually one of the easiest ones you've given me, which I was surprised by because typically with the last few ones, I've been like, okay, I need to like going like on a deep dive to try and be like, what kind of drum machines did they use? Oh, there's no documentation for any of this stuff. Okay, we're just gonna try and find something that's similar to it. And with this one, fortunately, I was able to find like I use a plugin called for anybody else that's making parody beats out there, Arturia Spark, and it has tons and tons and tons of samples of every conceivable drum machine, and all of the samples for this song were already like in there for the most part. Like they don't sound exactly the same, but like you could tell like this was the drum machine they used, and they processed it however they did, and out came the original beat for it. But yeah, this one was one of the easiest ones you've given me so far. So if you could keep doing that, I would appreciate
I will try.
it.
I will try my best. So your wife Whitney did the singing on this song, and when you sent me the email saying that she wanted to be on a FuMP song, like what's gotten into her? Like why?
Well, I think it broke down to like she'd heard me working on a bunch of other stuff for you and Ian, and I think I did a song for maybe you and Luke, and then a few other people. And she does a lot of musical theater, but she doesn't do a lot of recording. And so she basically was like, I'd like to do a recording project because I never get to do that. And so she basically just dove in on that, and she already knew the song. She already knew both the Dido song and the Eminem song. So it was very, very easy. I think we did the recording in 3 takes. It was like a pass at learning the like cadence of like, well, how do the lyrics kind of fit? Because they slightly tweak the way the phrasing comes out just a little bit, and then a second take just because the first one was a little rough, and then we did a third take, and that's the one you end up hearing on the recording, I think. And then we did a pickup, I think, for one line or something like that after the fact.
Yeah, because she said our tree instead of my tree.
Yes.
And like the whole point of the song is he's living alone now. So I was like, can we fix that, please?
Completely undercut the point of the lyrics in the spirit of the holiday.
Yeah. But she did a fabulous job. She sounds fantastic. She really does.
Well, thank you. To me, but from her. This is vicariously through me. But I also appreciate you, letting me throw her into the fold there too. So
I'm always happy to get help from whoever's willing to give it
on stuff. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun actually working on it and figuring it out. And I mean, as always, I can't remember what song of yours. It might have been the Star Trek one that like really like we went back and forth on that one for a minute because I was like, oh, some of this beat's really weird. Like some of this is like goofy, but it was like extended out. And so like when you gave me one that was simple, I like kind of was like, okay, fine, I can do a breather of this. I can take a breather.
Well, it didn't help that the Star Trek song was 9.5 minutes long. So
that's also part of it because I think the immediate project I worked on before this was I did the song for the Dr. Demento compilation for Ian.
Mm-hmm.
I did the Pico remix, and that was actually a little bit of a nightmare to like put together. So yeah, anything where I don't have to like struggle for weeks with figuring out the beat of something is a welcome production challenge. So
awesome. Well, I'm glad it went easy for you.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah. So I have as always, I have 2 bands actually. I have one with Lucas, That Lucky Panda, as people on the FuMP will know him. It's a different project than the one we've been working on. We kind of pivoted it. And so he's going to be debuting something ahead of MarsCon for that, and so it'll be included. I think it'll be releasing sometime before that. And then I've got my own band, The War Crimes, is almost done tracking our debut album, and it's going to be
nice.
And so the instrumentals, at least. Ian Insane Ian is producing it, and so we're going in and really dialing in the lyrics to make them extra funny, because a lot of the lyrics that I've penned before have been like abstract or like too much of in jokes, and like really focused on making like just really punchy like comedy songs. So really punchy rock comedy stuff. But those are the two main things
Excellent. We're
that
looking
I'm
forward to
working
that,
on right
for
now.
sure.
So, but yeah, and also real quick, because I had to do this because I was here and I couldn't miss the opportunity. I'm coming to you live in this recording from Buckingham Palace. So that's going to be, I hope, a FuMP first. I don't know if anybody has been here before, but
No, I don't think anybody has. So, yeah.
So I was like, I asked Whitney, I was like, would it be dumber if we were in front of Winchester Abbey, where they have all the rifles? I can't even think. Would it be dumber if we were in front of that or Buckingham Palace? And she was like, go there and see if all the guards are there. See if you can make them laugh. And I was like, I think they actually like will hurt you if you try to interfere. If you try to interfere with their job. So I came over here hoping that they would still be over here, and they weren't. But I couldn't leave until the interview was over. So. But I was hoping to get harassed on camera and thrown out as a bit, but we couldn't make it work. So
maybe next time.
Next time I'm here doing this specifically, we'll make it happen. So,
all right, sounds good.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
See ya.
So Santa is the lead-off track from my new EP, the Ridiculous Christmas EP, available now at devospice.bandcamp.com. Order yours today.
I'd also like to. I'd like to figure out how many times has Chris Mezzalesta played Santa Claus in a FuMP track. It's at least 2, I know.
At least two on my EP, at least. And then there was where else did he play?
Santa's going to telecommute this Christmas.
Santa's going to telecommute. Didn't he do? Isn't one of the North Side of the Pole songs have a Santa voice in it?
Ooh, probably. But yeah, just shout out to Chris. He did a great job with the lyrics and Santa rapping.
He does, yeah. Yeah, I told him when I sent him that song, I wasn't expecting him to be familiar with it because it's not his style of music, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of like he's rapping, but it's like talking. He's not paying too much attention to being on beat. He's just kind of riding the beat, but not hitting it. And it's hard to get right, but you know it when you hear it, and he nailed it. So,
I mean, he has heard Stealing Like a Hobbit.
That's what I told him. Yeah, I was like, just remember Stealing Like a Hobbit, because Luke parodied this song.
Yeah. So.
All right. Let's move on to feedback.
Awesome song, awesome
Thank you.
EP. Everyone should get it. It's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Making the internet absolutely ridiculous. Dementia Radio.
www.dementiaradio.org. Port 8027.
Please hang up and try again.
This is the part where there's feedback.
Feedback.
Feedback. You know that segment of the show we do about now?
Feedback. Feedback.
Feedback.
Feedback.
Yeah, well, he is a madman after all.
And he's on the loose!
Madman wrote, I am currently writing this during my break on the 8th day of my 22-day work week, so I can relate to everything Luke is experiencing, which has been and will be my December in the 2020s. Similar to Luke, MarsCon is among the things that keep me from just leaving and not coming back, along with the desire to have a roof over my head. And then he followed that up with, I am aware that I sound like one of the 4 Yorkshiremen in the previous comment, but I'm too tired to care. Sorry.
If you don't know what the Monty Python sketch is, everyone look it up. 4 Yorkshiremen, Monty Python. Yes.
All right.
For who could ever learn to love a beast?
Father Beast wrote, I am amused that while Luke was recounting his Patreon levels, I started humming Because of Bob just before Luke referenced the song.
That was a fun song.
That was, yeah. And Blackout 100 wrote, Hello, long-time listener, first-time caller. I thought I would give you some ideas for Spotify playlists because you often seem lost thinking of them. For the holidays, songs parodying the 12 days of Christmas, songs about Christmas sleighing, songs where Santa or Mrs. Claus fool around, songs about being sick during the holidays. For New Year's, songs about holiday parties. For after the holidays, songs about STDs, songs with states in the title, songs with cities in the title, songs about the workday, songs dealing with the commute, songs about coffee. That's all I can think of right now. I hope this helps. Also, I hope the FuMP has a great holiday season, and I look forward to hearing your new Christmas compilation. Thank you, Blackout 100. And I wrote down all those ideas, so we will be using them.
I want you to add this idea to the list for when we thoroughly run out of ideas. Songs, Devo Spice songs that feature Luke Ski and Luke Ski songs that feature Devo Spice.
Okay.
So it can be just a you and me playlist. That's actually one of my ultimate ideas for what I'd like to do for like a live show if we ever went on tour. Is just like you and me doing all the songs where you and I are on each other's songs and just kind of alternating or whatever. I don't know.
Yep, that would be awesome. All right, and over on YouTube.
A-Log! Oh my god, it's you, not again!
A-Log wrote, and what still puts my whiz in a boil is that Spotify is the reason why certain songs are on the Hot 100, regardless if they are the main single or not. Either this is digital payola or a musical version of a participation trophy. I don't know. Screw Spotify, and they're not getting any of my break-in tracks or my parodies if and when I actually record them. And Luke, here's a suggestion out of left field. For your Christmas medley, try making a parody of Merry Christmas You Suckers by Patty Roberts. That is still a fave of mine when it comes to humbuggery. Thank you, A-Log.
I do know that song, obviously because, I'm me. I just not, like, I don't think the general public probably knows that song too much at all. Like,
probably not.
Because I'm thinking of it from the point of view of, let's say I was able to get, back into like Gen Con or someplace and go and perform, my new Fanboy Christmas medley. I'd want it. I would need the audience to not have been, a Dr. Demento fanatic for the past 40 or 50 years in order to understand the bits I'm doing. So, yeah.
All right, that's it for feedback. We have a third song and interview this week. Here is the new one by Trevor Goober, Tofurkey.
Tofurkey, 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 Tofurkey. I was sniffing through the kitchen for a holiday snack when my nose that smells so whack. I was like, oh, Ferk, what is that? My nostrils were hit by a tofu attack.
It's getting furky up in here. I got the tofu perky up in here. You're so much quirkier than turkey. You're my wobbling Tofurkey.
Tofurkey, 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 Tofurkey.
With the taste that makes you go berserky.
Turkey without the turkey, look no further than the Tofurkey.
So fellas, have your tofu got the furk? Oh yeah, it's wobbling, ain't no gobbling, eating so much that my legs start howling.
Holler to the turkeys, the gobbling to tell you,
make Tofurkey.
That's right, it's a tofu party tonight. Gotta follow these steps to cook it right.
Step 1,
take the Tofurkey.
Step 2,
put it in the microwave.
Step 3,
take it out of the microwave.
Step 4,
eat the Tofurkey.
Now you're home and everything you own smells like Tofurkey. Tofurkey, Tofurkey, Tofurkey.
over my brain cells. It's all Tofurkey.
Tofurkey doesn't look like turkey or quite have the smell of turkey, but the taste is kind of never mind, it doesn't taste like turkey. Close your eyes and think of turkey as you place Tofurkey on your tongue like a sponge.
Do it.
I'm here with Trevor Goober. How you doing, Trevor?
I'm good, Mr. Spice. How are you?
Good. So tell us about Tofurkey, the song, not the stuff.
Okay. Yeah, it's a hip hop track, a hip hop homage to everybody's favorite holiday meal, I assume. I realized when I realized I would have to tell you about this song, which there's not a lot to say. I realized I've never had it. I've never. I'm fully a poser.
Yeah, I've never had it either, but I've seen it. You know, I've been at parties where they had it, and I looked at it and I went, no, that's not something I should be eating. So
yeah, yet to try it one day. But I love the idea of it enough that it's one of those ones that was just in my head for a long time. I've been working on a Christmas EP for a long time, and it's coming out this year called Traditional Christmas Carols for Normal People. And so I thought, okay, now's the time.
No bait and switch there whatsoever, right?
No, none. It's a lot of, Yuletide classics, and Disco Santa, a FuMP last year is on it. And I wanted to do another one, and I didn't know what to do with it. And this demo, as you'll hear, there's a lot of parts. There's a lot of working parts. It's sort of my Abbey Road medley about Tofurkey within 2 minutes. Just almost too much going on, like too many ideas. And
there's a lot in this little song. There's a lot.
There's a lot happening. It is overstimulating. Many people in my life hate this song. This is like probably one of the least favorite Trevor tracks. Oh yeah. I think
I love it.
Really?
Yes.
Thank you. See, that's when I knew I had something. Is when I was annoying my friends and family. I was like, I bet this is a FuMP.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the demo,
the FuMP, annoying friends and family since 2007. That's a T-shirt we got to make.
Oh please, I'd get it. Yeah. So I think the demo had all of these parts really loose. I'm like, well, there should be an operatic section, and there should be this little annoying jingle, but it didn't really come together until I worked with my buddy Mr. Cookie Jar, this Grammy-winning talent who I bug all the time, who was also on Disco Santa. He really pieced it together, and we figured out the groove. And I knew it was going to happen once I came up with the line, spoiler alert, fellas, has your tofu got the furk? Once that was in my head, I was like, this is happening. So, yeah.
Yeah, so you use that word furk twice. Has your tofu got the furk? And by the way, we've already played it as far as the show is concerned.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
But you also, earlier in the song, you say, I was like, oh, furk, what is that? So it's not profanity. So there's no explicit tag on this one. I mean, and it's like those sci-fi shows that make up their own profanity, like Frack and Frell and a couple other ones. I've never heard furk before, but I love it.
Thank you. Yeah. I guess I could have gone Tofurk, but I wanted to make it clear that I was making a pun. So yeah.
No, that's great.
I have always dealt with the fact that a lot of my stuff seems to radiate kids' music, which is fine. I love entertaining kids. It's a fun part of my career, but I wasn't trying to make a kid's song with this. But once again, I was listening to it and I'm like, this is borderline a kid's song. So sometimes I just add a little bit of borderline profanity just to make it clear, just to make it even less marketable, acceptable as a, like, there's not really a market, but I'm creating one. I'm hoping that everybody loved this song so much that not only do they stream it a bajillion times and listen to it on the FuMP, but I hope they go to iTunes and purchase it. I feel like this could be my legacy. I don't know about you, Devo, but I'm feeling good about this. This is the one. Knock on wood. I'm just kidding. But hey, a forgettable FuMP song, in a few years, I think that's the perfect destiny for a song about Tofurkey.
Well, it's a forgettable meal. I assume. I've never had it. But, you know.
Maybe I have. Maybe we both have had it. And we just don't remember.
No, I would have. Yeah, from what I saw, it was like a gelatin mold that kind of looked like turkey, and I'm like, it just didn't look appetizing at all. So I was.
It's funny how much it doesn't look like turkey.
Yeah.
Or as I say in the song, yeah.
I mean, and no shade on people who eat it or like it. You do you, but it's not for me.
No, I was a vegan for a long time, and I think there are plenty of other options. That's why Tofurkey's kind of faded into obscurity a bit more than it used to. Used to have a big impact on the world for the vegetarian side of things, and I think that now that they have better options, no one's.
Well,
really...
I think part of the problem. First of all, it's a ridiculous name, and I think part of the problem is that it's trying to be turkey. If they just cooked it some other way so that they didn't try to look like a turkey and say this is what we're having for Thanksgiving, that would be fine. But it's like instead of a turkey, we have a tofurkey. It looks like it's shaped like a turkey. It doesn't look like a turkey. It's shaped like a turkey. Yeah. And it's basically gelatin. It's no.
Yeah. All of these thoughts are why I made this song. I mostly the name is funny. Yeah, it was good. I got a little homage to the great Luke Ski and you and Ian too, because as soon as I was making a song about Tofurkey, I was like, well, Spam is like a great starting point.
Yes.
For a different type of meat that people don't tend to love, and I love that part of the song, the little Monty Python, tribute ending. I think about it all the time. So I sort of stole a beat or paid homage in that way with my ending too.
Love it.
Heck yeah. Well, thanks for loving it.
So when is your holiday EP expected to come out?
Honestly, it could be Christmas Eve. I don't know. I'm going to put it up on Bandcamp first. They're doing pre-order. It says the 13th, but there's still a few great collaborators. This was such a last-second ordeal. It's funny that last year it was planned to come out, and I was like, no, there's too much good stuff here. I don't want to rush it out. And then I'll have the full year, and then I didn't work on it all year. And then,
I don't know anything about that. No,
exactly.
Not at all. Can't relate to that in the least.
Yeah, unfamiliar to artists of the FuMP. And so I pieced it together very last second this year, but I was like, I don't want to shelf this again. Tofurkey is not on it. I think it comes with the Bandcamp pre-order, but it was like, it's so weird it didn't fit into my own album. I was like, this just doesn't go. But there's 6 songs.
This is weird even for me.
Yeah, I was like, this is unsettling. I don't know. Kind of a haunting vibe to Tofurkey, which is just the food as well. So that EP is up on Bandcamp, and as soon as I have all the collaborations in there and stuff, I'm gonna put it out. But probably on Spotify, probably Christmas Eve.
Okay. All right. Well, when it comes out, let me know, and we'll plug it on the show.
Oh, thanks.
And well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Devo. Appreciate it. Shout out to Luke if he's there.
Yep. Talk to you later.
Cool. Yeah. See you.
Teasing. He's a teasing kind of guy. Now you have a job.
Yeah.
Teasing. Tomorrow's song is by David W. Jacobson. We're going to have a Sunday bonus slot this week by Lauren Mayer. Whee! Tuesday's song is by Dave Goulot. And for a Spotify playlist topic, I took one of Blackout 100 suggestions, and I want to do songs. Not entirely sure how to explain this, but like not anti-Christmas songs, but like angry Christmas songs. Things like Mikey Mason's "Fuck Off for Christmas," "You Ain't Getting Shit for Christmas" by Red Peters, things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's
a Paul and Storm song called. Well, the chorus goes "Fuck the Holidays." I'm not sure what the title of it is. It might be like the holiday song or something like that.
Okay, yeah, perfect. And what's that other one? Like "Ho ho fucking ho, what a crock of shit." You know what that song is? We all work for Santa Claus. We've had enough. We quit because we do all the fucking work while he regs in the dough. Shove your Christmas up your ass. Ho ho fucking ho. If I can find it, I'll add that one to the list. That's a favorite of mine.
Eric Idle did a song called "Fuck Christmas."
That's another one I'm looking for. Okay.
And what's the name of the one Dennis Leary did? Man, I know Dennis Leary did one. I just can't remember what it is.
All right, I'll look it up.
Yeah.
You ain't getting shit. Okay. I will do more songs along those lines. So I'm calling it Angry Christmas Songs. And we'll go from there. All right.
Angry White Boy Christmas.
Angry White Boy Christmas. Michael J. Dog. Where the hell is... What is their website? Look them up on Spotify. They don't have a website, apparently. Devo Spice is at devospice.com and devospice.bandcamp.com. See what I did there?
Yay!
And Trevor Goober is at trevorgoober.com, I believe. Let me take a quick look. And yeah, trevorgoober.com. All right. Let's get out of here. Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. I'm Devo Spice.
And I'm Luke Ski, and I ate bacon. And
bacon!
Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. You can listen live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific at DementiaRadio.org and join us in the chat. Or subscribe to the podcast feed. Look us up on iTunes and be sure to leave us a review. Feedback for the show can be sent to info@thefump.com. The Funny Music Podcast is a production of Fidem Interactive, LLC, released under a Creative Commons share-alike license. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, shout it to random people on the street, and be sure to visit thefump.com for the latest funny songs. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say...
Anyone who says I have to miss MarsCon 2026 can suck my woody. Or to put it another way, imbibe lumber.
Bam, 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 bam.